That'll be fine. You got it? You shared it?
Well, Twitter or
anywhere? Have you shared it in any way, shape, or form?
I'm waiting for the Twitter, but I'm going to Twitter right now.
It's a picture of, I don't know who she's with. It's a picture of Drake Maverick's wife with somebody at All Elite Wrestling.
Huh.
Renee Michelle.
Yeah, okay.
She's the one in the pleather dress or whatever that is.
Gotcha.
She's badass.
Yeah, she looks pretty sweet.
So, Bryant, there's a special gift that a woman gives a man. It seems like more so when they're not married and less when they are married.
Not sure where we're going here, but go ahead. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
I was receiving this very blessed and much appreciated gift last night, and
dude,
while this is happening, she says, "You're missing wrestling." And that really happened. And I go, "What do you think this is?
Wow.
1990? Do you think this is 1998?" I don't give a fuck.
Well, what show was it? Was it AEW or
no? It's SmackDown.
Oh, was it SmackDown?
So you think AEW is more justified?
I'm just, well, it depends sometimes.
So you think? I said, justifiably, if I ever stop that to go say that I want to go watch Roman Reigns, you could question whether I'm gay or not. Justifiably.
Dude, I'm just messing with you. Come on now.
There's nothing that would make me stop that. I don't care. I don't care if they go, there's a taco truck outside. Jesus wants to meet you, and Pearl Jam's playing a free show. I'd be like, 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Give me 20. Give me 20. So even if it was like the main event of WrestleMania.
Okay. If they said, okay, we've somehow been able to figure out we've got 35-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin and 33-year-old Rock, and they're going to be in a three-way, and we've somehow managed to create.
Now, let's define three-way. I'm getting confused on all this.
Oh yeah. And they're going to be in a three-way dance or a triple threat match or whatever the fuck we're calling it with 30-year-old Terry Funk.
Okay. All right. That's
maybe then I would be like, give me.
That's tough, dude.
I know,
that
right?
Would be tough. That'd be tough.
That might be a little difficult.
And there's no DVR. There's no DVR.
This is it. This is the only chance you're going to get to see it ever. There's no way to. Can we time delay that? Would that be some way to?
There's a law that went into effect that you cannot record this show in whatsoever. They're not even taping it at the building. This is a one-time only thing.
And then stupid ass James Good.
Oh,
let me just say a little something about stupid ass James Good, who used to be on a podcast called The Gaming Marathon, who decided to retire for no reason whatsoever.
Well, shit's getting to him.
I guess. James Good, who's a huge baseball card guy, and he really doesn't like the way that the whole thing is being exploited right now. And kids at Target are being shat out of their baseball cards right now. And by the way, I hope one of my 27 favorite baseball teams won last night. So
we are doing a wrestling podcast. Just want to remind you.
I'll get there.
Okay,
it's going to happen.
No, I'm just saying while you're talking shit about him.
Dennis the Cynic and I are like going off on AEW, and we're just doing shit like, hey, remember that time that AEW did that self-referential thing and they thought it was so funny? I'd be like, hey, remember that time Excalibur came up with that superfluous, stupid name for that move and it meant nothing and added nothing to the show? We just did that for and James Good goes, well, you fuckers watching your damn stupid Southern wrestling Irish Potato Road, I know it's not as good as that, and it's probably better than the announcers on that show. And I was like, oh. So the announcers for that show were Ian Riccoboni and the stupid-ass idiotic member of the Brody Lee Memorial faction. And by the way, the promotions that we watched on Irish Potato Road were NXT and ROH. Yeah, which I think those two promotions make up approximately 70 to 80% of the AEW roster. Something like that. Let's go through the motions. Cody, been in ROH. Young Bucks, ROH. Hangman Page, ROH. We can go on and on and on. All of these people have made at least some sort of appearance and been part of ROH at some point in time, or NXT, right? John Moxley, NXT. Cody Rhodes, he's been a part of ROH. I mean, you can go through it over and over and over again. Yeah, I've always made fun of Irish Potato Road, but the promotions we watched down there weren't Fuck Your Mom International Wrestling.
Right. I mean, it's like we're going out in somebody's backyard watching some damn bullshit wrestling or something. I mean, it's just the way we had to go to get there.
It was NXT and it was ROH, and at least one of those was an ROH pay-per-view. As a matter of fact, I know and meanwhile he's over there trying to figure out if he can get a Fernando Tatis Chrome rookie card or some shit.
Oh, please.
And he's like, I'm going to be in Chicago for the big baseball card convention. If you guys want to just throw cards at my ass, come up to room 323. It's going to be at the Hyatt on the Miracle Mile. We'll see you there. I mean, it's that sort of shit. That's what he's doing as he's making fun of us.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Got you there, Goody. Yeah.
The CJ Perry exit interview on the Chris Jericho podcast. You can go ahead and skip that.
Okay, good. I gave it about that much thought about listening.
The Cadillac, the Rolls Royce, of course, of all of these is the Colt Cabana, and then after that, the Moxley thing was pretty good, and then there's a huge drop off. And as far as her, it's like I just don't care. Don't care. Here's the great takeaway from this is like, I don't know. We always popped numbers when we had those relationship angles. We always did. It was me and Bobby Lashley. We popped a number with that. It's always good. And the smart marks don't like the relationship stuff, but and then she like goes off on Grey's Anatomy for 20 minutes or something. I didn't understand.
Yeah, that sounds that sounds about what I'd figured it'd sound like.
She goes
Grey's Anatomy and all.
When she got fired, it was Johnny Ace. She goes, well, I was glad I was fired by Johnny Ace instead of Mark Carrano. And they missed the obvious joke. They're like, what? So you didn't get your shit mailed to you in a plastic garbage bag or something?
Yeah.
So she says they had this is typical. This is typical WWE. There was like some sort of engagement photo of the two of them of when she and Miro got engaged. And it wasn't even them that took it. It was like a friend of theirs or something got leaked to TMZ. And then she got blamed for it. And then she was off TV for 3 months. And it was, it's just the stupidest, most ridiculous bullshit, like, oh, this is how we should run a company for sure. Absolutely should be like 4th grade. There's no way that there's going to be a downside to that. So that happened. And she talked about the Bobby Lashley thing. She talked about Miro a little bit. And she says she's got a lot to give. She thought she could be a writer. Now, you saw this story last week about the writer that was like, hey, I was hired by WWE and I have no experience and know nothing about wrestling, but here I am. Tee-hee. And then she goes, it doesn't matter. I'm very creative and I want to do it. But my friends who are also in the entertainment industry, they think I'm a sellout, but I'm making 3 times the money I'm making now at my nonprofit. And as other people were retweeting that and certain wrestlers were going, you go, girl. She was fired the next day. So that happened.
Yeah, not really thinking that one out there.
And Cornette goes, well, I can't believe it took him like the next day. Like usually it would have been back in the day. Vince McMahon would have done it that day. He would have fired you right there and then, and that would have been the end of it. And you would have been dosed. You're done. Bye. See you.
Well, they probably had to think about it for a minute before they did it.
Oh, it's funny. It's very, very funny.
I just sent you I just took a screenshot of talking about the Concorde. One of the Concorde trips we took, the Irish road trip. Those are some likes that I got from one of those trips. Those are pretty premium, man.
I don't even know who these people are. Carmella, I don't know. Is she still in the company? Eva Marie, I'm not sure. Chad Gable, who's he? Terry Runnels, I don't know who she is. And Willie Mack, those people mean nothing. That's just some redneck Southern wrestling that you made up.
I just thought, there might be some good people to tell them I appreciate their stuff, when we went and watched that backyard shit down there.
I know Ian Riccoboni and like Colt Cabana, and I'm not singing for Colt Cabana. I know they're not nearly as good at commentators as Excalibur is. I know that they don't know what an Inzagibba is. I know what that, and it doesn't mean anything to them. And then JR acts like he just, was reading the book of the Revelation or something. He doesn't even give a shit.
You talking about WWE Dynamite?
My God, WWE Dynamite! My God, that's terrible.
That was horrible, man. Sorry.
If anybody, honestly, and I feel bad for JR, and I like him. He's just walking through life at this point. He's just collecting a paycheck. That's all he's doing.
It seems like it.
That's all he's doing.
Sorry.
And then you get to hear hear all the Blue Chew commercials on there about how he's like sticking everybody in rural Oklahoma or something. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what's going on there.
Well, as long as it's somebody in rural Oklahoma.
By God, that dick's hard. Look at that dick. By God. That dick's got a family. Oh no! Look at that dick! Oh my! I don't know what's happening.
Hellfire brimstone.
And then the other thing that James Good is like, I still don't see it. Somebody's got to help me out.
Okay, what?
I just don't think Pat McAfee is God. I just don't see it.
Oh, I definitely don't think that. Yeah.
I don't dislike him. He's fine on commentary, whatever. There was some weird shit I saw last night because they kept replaying Sami Zayn putting Kevin Owens through those tables.
Mm-hmm.
And like the commentary from McAfee was like, every time I see it, my heart just burns. Really? Have you tried Tums?
It was. Oh hell!
What was it? I mean, I thought it was a good match. I thought it was fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit I was, and I even said it. I think I was underestimated the dude a little bit when he first came in. I was just so tunnel visioned on. Oh God, here comes somebody,
another interloper.
Yeah, interloper trying to be the shit, and just not. It's going to go over like a dang fart in church, you know. And I don't know. He ended up being a little bit better than I thought, but I don't think he's great. Look, man, we came up with Bobby the Brain Heenan. That's a big damn. That's a bar that I can't even see right now if I look up. So, you know, Pat McAfee's okay, but don't give me this God stuff. Jesus.
No, it's he's not that great. I just don't think he's that. Oh, it says Kevin Nash to appear on WWE's Broken Skull Sessions.
Okay.
I understand you collected a check for not doing jack shit. Tell me about that.
Well, Steve, that's pretty much been the case last 20 years, or at least.
I understand you just protected your spot by booking some bullshit. Tell me about that.
Oh, again, Steve. That's what I've been doing for the last 20 years or so. It's nothing new.
It says here that you, what happened was you fucked Dixie Carter. Tell me about that.
Next.
WWE SmackDown draws lowest overnight ratings for a Fox episode. Wow, here we go. Fast national ratings for Friday night's 4th of July weekend edition of SmackDown saw the show average 1.741 million viewers. Why is that a shocking number, Bryant? Because there was no NBA competition on Friday night. There was not a National Basketball Association game because the Phoenix Suns are already in the Western Conference, and Atlanta takes on Milwaukee on Saturday night. So there was nothing. There was no live sports other than I don't even know if there was an NHL game. There might have been an NHL game.
I think they played Friday night, maybe.
Game one of the Red Sox and the Yankees on regional, because I don't think that was on any national broadcast, but you know that always attracts some attention.
Right.
But
that's
there was no NBA playoffs, and there really wasn't anything. I mean, the Friday before this 4th of July is always like a difficult one anyway to get anybody to watch the television.
Right.
Always very difficult. Always tough. I
True.
think the lowest rated night of the year, specifically the least watched night of the year on television, is the Friday before Labor Day weekend. I think they've said that before, because I remember when CBS fucked over Dan Rather, they did their retrospective for him like at 9 or 10 o'clock on that Friday night before Labor Day.
Happy retirement, sir.
Here you go, shithead. They called it CBS Dark. This is what they called it.
Yeah, you don't get it, man. You didn't watch CBS Dark. You got to go watch CBS Dark before you understand what they did.
No, man, it's just the storyline. It's so good. And listen to what they do. It's a podcast, but there's a wrestling sprinkled in. And it really makes a lot of sense to spend a lot of money on Paul White and have it be on the YouTube channel. I don't see what the problem is. How do you not understand this? Lowest overnight number SmackDown has done since moving to Fox, just ahead of the 1.777 million viewers from 1 year ago this week, which was also 4th of July holiday weekend. So it could have been probably expected.
There's a trend there, yeah.
The show opened.
Go ahead.
The show opened by averaging 1.699 in 1 hour, climbed about 5% in the second hour. 18 to 49 is a 0.4, down 20% from last week. That match, lowest overnight number in the demo of the show, is done on Fox, which has happened several times. They trailed, here we go, the Stanley Cup Finals on NBC, but beat everything else on the networks. That was down night for T overall. So it was the second most watched show on network television.
So okay, there's a silver lining there. Okay,
tallest of the pygmies.
Tallest of the pygmies.
There you go.
There's one storyline I am starting to like more and more when I see it is the Otis Chad Gable thing. I think they're doing a pretty good job with that.
I love it. I don't understand. And I see some of the fans shitting on it and stuff. I think
Really?
Marty and Sarah. Yeah, I think Marty and Sarah were critical of it. And I'm like, I really like it. I like badass Otis. And now the justification is I lost everything. I lost my girl. I lost everything. And now he's back and he's not taking any shit anymore. So he's a justified heel. So I don't understand what I think it's great.
I do too. And I think it's setting up perfect for down the road for him to for him to figure out Gable's like using him. He'll become a baby face again and turn on Gable or whatever. But I mean, I think he's just great. I've always liked Otis anyway, and I just think he makes a great heel like this, man. He does. So yeah.
I was explaining the concept of Money in the Bank to the person I was with last night because they had and I showed her the famous.
Should I ask when you explained this to her?
After
the end of the night.
Oh, after okay. It was after.
Purely just curious on that.
So I've showed her again our favorite match, CM Punk and John Cena, when Del Rio tries to cash in, he gets clobbered and then they run off.
That was just so good in so many ways.
Because I'm telling her, like, our big thing about this is it's like you have the briefcase in your hand, you're coming to the ring, it's very obvious what you want to do. It's extremely obvious what you want to do, and then you have to go, and the referee goes, "Oh, so he wants to cash that in. Right, he wants a shot at the 10. Right, he wants to do that right now in this ring tonight. That's what. Okay, hang on a second. Let me talk to the ring announcer. Check this out. What this guy wants to do, the ring announcer is like, what, tonight? He wants to cash in tonight and try to win the champion. He wants to do that. So what?
Yeah.
So what? Okay. What I need to do is I need to announce on this microphone. I got to say, hey, Alberto Del Rio is going to cash in his money. Is that what that's what has to happen? That's what's going to happen.
That's every time, man.
Okay. Hang on a second. Alberto Del Rio is cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. Oh. And of course, the crowd is so stunned because they have no idea what's going on. It is. It's like the guy comes down the street with an AK-47. He's pointing it at you. Hey, is that guy want to shoot me with that? Are you going to try to? Yes, I'm going to shoot you with this. This is what I'm going to do. With the gun, I'm going to have bullets come out of this gun at you. Is what I'm. Oh, hang on. Let me tell my wife. Hey, honey, this guy, he's going to go ahead and shoot me with the gun that he has now, and it's probably going to kill me. It's definitely going to hurt. So I just want you to be okay. We're ready now. Go, bam, there it is. There you shoot. So yeah, I showed her the Money in the Bank from Del Rio getting, which is it's still great.
She appreciate it. She probably didn't appreciate it like we did, I'm sure.
Back when Bruce Mitchell was considered not like a sociopath and an enemy to the state, I thought of doing a kind of a long form series on that CM Punk versus John Cena match and call it the last real wrestling match or something like that, and like just doing like a 5-part series or a 3-part series or something like that, because I thought I just think it's so remarkable. I just think it's so great.
Yeah. And what happened? And just the whole thing fell apart with
Bruce decided to tell the truth about something, and it pissed a lot of people off, and he was canceled. And now the thing that people should be pissed off about is Tony Khan exploiting the death of Brody Lee week after 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 week. But instead, it's much easier to say, "Oh, Bruce, you were bad. You were a bad boy." So it's much easier to say that because the guy that thought Tim Tebow could play tight end in the National Football League, we can't yell at him in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that's
I think I saw something that said Jacksonville is like the most likely team of all the teams in the National Football League that is to relocate. They're like the number one to do that. Well, yeah, and I don't think that's going to happen. But
where did they relocate to? Nashville?
Well, it's always the regular guy. It's always like San Antonio, or a place Portland. would be another Portland you could talk about. I don't think Jerry Jones is ever going to allow another team into Texas, but you could always say Austin, but I don't think that's going to happen. The great Raleigh Durham. I think Raleigh Durham needs a football team to compete with the Panthers. That would be fantastic.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing. So it's St. Louis, of course, could always get a team again. That could happen. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. And things like that could happen. I'm trying to think of another market that might be ripe for the picking. But yeah, that would be those were just the regular candidates. You remember back during the 80s and 90s where they talked about baseball teams moving all the time. It was always, it's St. Petersburg and it's going to be Charlotte. It's going to be all those places, right? You remember that was like a regular thing. They would I think isn't that the plot of the movie Major League? Wasn't she going to move that team down to St. Petersburg or something?
St. Petersburg, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so.
I think that's what it was. So yeah, it's the same old shit. SOS, same old shit.
Yeah. I just hadn't heard anything about it, but I don't doubt it though. Jacksonville shit.
It's Shahid Khan, and I again that article that went into Forbes magazine to tell all of his business buddies, it's just my wacky, stupid ass son. Don't worry, I'm still a good businessman. I'm just letting Junior over here play with some money and jack himself off for a while. Don't worry, I'm still a great businessman, even though my team in England got relegated and we just got the first pick of the draft because we shit the bed. But I'm a great businessman. It's fine. It's totally fine. Everything's good. No problems. And now my son's gonna go to New York and lose a shit ton of money at a tennis stadium. But I've got things solidified here in bumper country. That's all that matters. Isn't that the name of his business? Bumpercountry.com or something like that?
Bumper, is it? I don't know.
Can we chat? Can we go ahead and just squat on that website? Because I want that at Bumper Country.
Bumper Country.
Yeah, Tim Tebow will bless your bumper for an extra $25. He'll say a prayer. Jesus, please keep this bumper safe. Let it protect this family. And let me catch 4 passes. And if I do that, that's stupid. It's just ridiculous. It's preposterous.
Hey, it's available on GoDaddy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Bumper
Jump
Country.
On that shit.
Why don't they just go ahead and cancel 205 Live? Haven't they fired anybody who could ever appear on that show?
I thought they did. Have they not already? I thought they were
because they've got like highlights from 205 on Wrestling Observer.
I saw like Tony Nese and somebody. Maybe it was just because they were leaving. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind.
Yeah.
I think it was Tony Nese and somebody else talking. Ari, not Singh. What is it? Ari Davara.
Oh yeah.
Davara, yeah. I think they were both let go, and they were tweeting about them being like OGs of the 205 Live and how it was underappreciated and how they gave their all every night and all the same old.
This is the Wrestling Observer's recap of what CJ Perry said on Chris Jericho. She talked on the podcast about her WWE tenure getting released and what she hopes her future holds as long as it has a no-cut clause. I tell you about the no-cut clause in Charlotte.
No.
So they hated us from the very beginning. We had a 2-year deal. It was a no-cut clause. They had to pay for 2 years. So they could have just, after 2 weeks, it's not going to work out. You guys go home. Here's your money. We're going to pay you. And they'll be done. But no, they were like, fuck that. After year 1, we're demoting you from afternoon drive to 6 to 9 in the evening. And we're going to embarrass you and make you work out the entire contract. When it happens from 6 to 9 at night, it's because there's a smaller universe of listeners. It was easier for us to get bonuses. So they ended up paying us like $15,000 or $20,000 extra dollars. They wouldn't have if they would have just paid. So we got demoted and we actually got a raise, which I think has only happened to Ann Curry in broadcasting history. It was us and Ann Curry. That's my story. And
that's awesome.
And the first, I haven't told you this story.
I've heard it. I don't know if you've actually told me. But
the first email was the program director who tried not to talk to us unless we were even if we were on fire, he wouldn't have talked to us. Hey, you're on fire. I think you're going to die. He wouldn't have done it. He sent an email to us. Go, hey, all bonuses are going to be paid out next paycheck, next pay period. And Brad goes, bonus? Tell me more. And he says, well, you finished here, and that means that you get this much money. He's like, great. So by the second or third time that we did, they didn't even email us. It was like, fuck you, here, take your money.
Here's your fucking money.
CJ said she was completely blindsided by getting the call from Johnny Ace and thought it was about an outside TV project that WWE had just given her approval to. Now she can't say anything about that. She can't say anything about that right now, Bryant. But they got approval for her to do a TV project, and that's what she was thought. But Johnny Ace was like, "Hey, turns out you're fired. You're done." She got the call when a lot of her family was at her house and her husband Miro was renting so she could train more. Her heart dropped when she got the call, but she was also relieved. She said on the podcast, she goes, I told him I couldn't even be around anything. I had to go away from everything. I had to go, and people were by the pool and my family was there, and I had to be alone. But I was texting with, I think she was texting with Mandy or something. And then she immediately called Natty, and then, her heart was broken.
No, I mean, I don't like seeing anybody lose their job, but I mean, it is kind of amazing in a way that she was still there and other people weren't. But
I predict they're going to get her. I predict she's going to come back. I think she'll come back. I think she's like Eva Marie. She's hot enough that they're going to want her back 2 or 3 years from now if she wants to come back.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that definitely. Yeah.
And they'll have.
I'm shocked that Zelina's back, dude.
That is very surprising, and I'm glad she is. And I don't know. Do you think she's going to get? They gave her a pretty decent push on Smacky Downey.
Well, they put her straight in the damn Money in the Bank match, man.
Yeah.
So I just didn't see that coming. I just thought that was not going to be one of the options because they were so against her doing her Twitch thing or whatever it was that she was doing that they had a problem with, and I thought that was the reason she was gone basically over all that stuff because she was supposedly making all this money doing that, and they didn't want her doing it on YouTube or Twitch or whatever it was.
OnlyFans. It was on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I couldn't. Yeah, that's what it was.
Which is associated with adult work.
But I mean, it's.
But don't act like you don't know what it is either. By the way.
No, I know what it is. I just couldn't remember that she was.
I've never heard of this OnlyFans. I was going through some Bible verses at NewTestament.com, and then I heard about this OnlyFans. I've never heard.
No, I'm not going to go that far, man. No, I know what it is. I just couldn't. I forgot that's what it was.
It was only
but yeah, between that and Alistair, her boy being gone, and Miro being not Miro, but Andrade being at in AEW, I figured
what a great promo he cut this week. Boy, I think he's gotten himself. That was holy shit, Andrade. We gotta let you do more. I'm going to wrestle Matt something. What? Do you plan this show or does it just occur? What the fuck is happening? Like, okay. All right, guys, here's what we're gonna do. The thing with Vicky's not working. We're just gonna have him like out there talking to a guy, and it'll be the translator, and then we'll have some subtitles. I think that's the way to get him over. And I was out there, and then Matt something come out, and I peed. What am I watching? What is this? Suddenly, let's just cut to a Ric Flair commercial. And it says something about Andrade. Woo! He's gonna be my son-in-law. Woo! It's like it's almost as embarrassing as the Ric Flair commercial. The Andrade, and I'm putting promo in quotations like. Ooh, let me put in my $40 to see Andrade take on Matt something.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this is going to be great. It is almost like they signed him. They're like, man, we put a lot of money in this guy. He's going to be good. Oh, he can't really talk the English so good. Oh, shit.
Don't worry about it. Shit.
Oh, man, we should have checked that. We should have, before we read the big ass check, like, so he can't really communicate with the audience that we want to spend. No, he can't. Like there's some other people that don't know English so well he could probably communicate with, but I don't know. I don't know how well. I don't know how much they're watching. AEW Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Friday Night Dynamite. I'm not sure. I have no idea.
And all the darks.
Darks. Yes. AEW Negro. It is Andrade, the new host of AEW Negro.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Fuck that. Here's some other highlights. Perry said she was texting with Mandy Rose at the time, so she was the first person to know, followed by Natty, who she called budget cuts for giving us the reason. She was glad it was Laurinaitis who gave her the news. He's more business-like than Carano would have been.
Explain, Lucy.
What does that mean? Like, Mark Carano was calling bitches up and going, hey, look, bitch, you ain't got no job. You ain't got no job. Hey, you see that trash bag? Hefty Cent Shack. That's your shit, bitch. Is that what Mark Carano was doing? I got John Cena out in the driveway with a hefty bag full of your shit, bitch.
You can't see him. Yeah, you can. You can see him and the bag. Get out of here.
2538686. Your shit's in a trash bag, bitch. I don't know. That's funny though. And Johnny Ace being the professional guy too. Yeah, CJ, I just wanted to tell you, we just fired your beautiful ass. I just wanted to tell you that. Okay, that's all I have for you. I appreciate your contributions. The door's always open. The door's always open. Why can't it open right now, motherfucker? No, I mean, it's not open now, but it will be. Maybe sometime. Okay. I gotta go bang Mama Bella again. Bye. Bitch.
It's a legit excuse.
He's the sensitive one. She said Vince McMahon texted her to thank her for her contributions and her work ethic. Hey, CJ, why don't you come by and give me a goodbye Hummer? Yeah. Why don't you say hello to Lil Vince? Lil Vince again wants to say goodbye to you. And then she gets emotional on the podcast, right? She gets emotional. This is funny. She gets emotional on the podcast. She's like, I just wish I could go and say goodbye to them all because, I just think about Brody and we just don't know and we're not going to see people again. And she does that. She like gets emotional and shit. I'm like, really? Yeah. I want you to get emotional while you're sucking on to Lil Vince. Get over here. Yeah. Say goodbye to Lil Vince. That's how you want to say goodbye to that. Perry was also complimentary of McMahon, Paul Triple H Levesque, Brian Road Dogg James, and Billy Gunn. Oh, there's another NXT name who's also with All Elite Wrestling, and he's heading up a faction for helping the Lana character in NXT and WWE work. Can I really be honest with you about their contributions to making the Lana character work?
It really didn't work. Is that what you're going to say?
95% of it was her ass, and those gentlemen had nothing to do with her ass.
Billy Gunn may have something to do with that one.
Good point, because he is an ass man. He likes to stick them. He likes to kick them. He likes to kiss them. He likes to lick them. I don't know. It's in the song. I have to go. There's like 9 different things he likes to do with asses that are in there.
Britt. No, yeah, I could work too.
She isn't sure what's next. It's only been 3 weeks and she has a 90-day non-compete. She doesn't want to be done with wrestling and she felt like it was improving in the ring. Brian, do you feel like it was improving in the ring?
What does she mean by it?
I think her in-ring skills.
Yeah, I guess she was improving.
She was working out with TJ Wilson and Natty's ring to get on the side to get better. If those were your trainers, you blew it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you may have failed the class.
And Eva Marie, if we could just get like the best trainer, if we could get like Rip Rogers, Tom Pritchard, TJ, we could get a team of like the best trainers in the history of mankind. Maybe they might be able to get like Eva Marie up to decent level, like up to some sort of level. God damn it, get them all. I don't care. We fired 50 people. Now we're going to have to hire 60 trainers just for Eva Marie. God damn it. Yeah. She said it was hard to say goodbye to the Lana character, as so much of it was what she wishes she could be. Really?
In what way?
Well, banged by Bobby Lashley, I think, is what she meant. That's what she meant. On the Survivor Series match last year where she backed into a win by not really doing anything, Perry thought it would have gotten over bigger if it would have been in front of fans. McMahon wanted the finish as he and Shane McMahon thought it was hilarious, and she didn't get in there. She didn't get in there at all because it had never been done. There was supposed to be a table spot in the match, but there was pushback from Roman Reigns because of a planned table spot in his match that night. Oh, meow. Oh, Roman Reigns is now turning into John Cena. Oh, I like this. Man.
Wow.
Look here, dog. You can't do no table spot because I'm doing that in my shit. Oh, snappity dap. I like that. That's nice.
What's up? What up, Oos?
I like it. He's become a heel in real life. That makes it even that much more believable. She talked a lot about the Thunderdome era and how working in front of no fans was difficult. She turned to social media to get feedback and was overwhelmed with the negativity. Oh, man. Social media has got some negativity that rains down on you like blades coming from the sky. Who knew this?
I'd have never thought.
God. Can you imagine, honestly, when she was doing that shit at Florida State, when she and those girls were being the hot girls at Florida State, can you imagine if there was social media back then?
God.
First of all,
she'd probably have 1 million followers then.
She'd be making so much money off social media, she never would have come to the WWE, but she would have 1 million fucking 14-year-old, 500-pound motherfuckers telling her how fat she was. Honestly, I swear to God, think of like the most beautiful woman you could think of, like Margot Robbie or Charlize Theron or any of these fucking models or anything. You know that they get tweets and they get Instagram messages all the time like, "Oh, you stupid fat ugly bitch," you know, and they're making like $1 million every time they fart. They're making like $1 million. Like Giselle Bundchen in her heyday, if there would have been Instagram and shit, and it'd been like all these people like, "Oh, you old fat ugly whore, why don't you shut up?" Of course, if that's what you're going for, any kind of an affirmation or any kind of feedback, it's going to be always that's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm sitting here trying to think if even back, and I've thought about this before, obviously, like if when we were kids, if social media was a thing and how it would have shaped our lives in some way, shape, or form. So I think it would have shaped our lives, like mine and yours, for instance. It might have shaped ours a little different, but not in that capacity.
No,
you know,
no. It would have been bad. It wouldn't have been positive. And I think that's why it's way different for kids growing up today than it was for us, for sure.
No, God. Not even close.
It was bad enough because the communities we grew up in were always like, if you did something fucked up, it would always be home before you got there and rode your bike there. Somebody would always rat you out to your mom. So, I mean,
you got called out fast.
If a telephone call could travel that fast, and fucking a Twitter, a DM could travel like 3 times that quick, right?
Exactly.
She talked a lot about the Thunderdome era and how working in front of fans was difficult. She turned to social media to get feedback, was overwhelmed with the negativity. She was happy to be out of the Performance Center and live in the Thunderdome because McMahon couldn't rethink the show and rewrite things 17 times. She also told a story of how she was once on set for 19 hours just to do a 60-second backstage segment. God damn it. I'm not seeing enough titty. That's too much titty. Not enough titty. Not enough. Too much. More. No. That's what he's doing. That's how it was for 19 hours.
For 19 hours.
19 hours. Show me the nipple. Not that much nipple. Areola. Not nipple. More areola. Less. Titty. Damn it. God. 19 hours. 19 hours.
And that was only like 15 seconds. God.
That was like, all right. Take 188. You got to get this right. She said she was surprised at how much she gets buried on Twitter in the dirt sheets and feels she resonates with the live crowd much more than with the internet.
She used to.
Yeah.
When she was Russian, people liked her. I
got news for you. You're hot. You're thin. You have a tremendous ass. Of course, people are going to hate you. I'm sorry. This is life. This is how it is. That's just the world. And guess what? After all these people fucking say you're stupid and you're dumb and your titties are fake and you're awful, you're still look in your bank account and look at your fantastic ass, which can make you money at any moment in time, and go on with your life because you're still hot. No matter if, Slime Monkey 69 in Salina, Kansas.
That probably is one of those.
Probably. Says that you're a fat bitch and you're a cunt and you're awful. Well, guess what? When you go out the front door, like every dude around wants to fuck you, and like 90% of them want to just give you all the money in the world. So, oh no, somebody on Instagram doesn't like me. What am I going to do? Fuck, dude.
See, dude, you talk about that, and you remember the rant I went on. I know, I can't believe that I went on a rant, right?
It was good last week. That was awesome.
Well, the rant I went on, whenever it was, about how, and I said wrestler, and I started out with wrestlers, but it really just anybody, sports entertainers to to actors, just anybody famous, just loves, and it's same with TikTok. Now that I've watched some TikTok, people love to nitpick little things that the haters say and make a whole new TikTok about something the haters say. And if you go down and look at their comments, it's not like everybody's being a hater. It's like 1 out of 1,000,000 people are saying, and they pick that one thing out.
That's what you. So that's you. That's the problem with you, not with the hater. That's you. There's 75 positive comments, and there's one dickhead, and you're the one that decides to amplify the one dickhead who, by the way, that's his life. He's Dennis the Cynic. He goes to every site and he just puts something shitty down there about there, and he hopes that it gets your goat and you go off on him and it makes you cry. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, it drives me crazy, man. It just that shit drives me crazy. Same with Twitter. You know, people, they'll quote a tweet that somebody, or comment that somebody said back to them, and just make it sound like, oh, poor pitiful me, or I don't know. Just stop it.
If I was CJ Perry and I was hot like she is, have the business opportunities that I do, and I'm married to Miro, I wouldn't worry about some shithead in fucking, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Nobody cares. I'm sorry. It doesn't. I know women get this stuff. I'm not trying to minimize it in any way, but Jesus Christ. I think
I'm talking about dudes too, and all this. Twitter and TikTok. It's famous people just in general.
No, but Roman. I mean, 5 years ago, Roman Reigns really did suck. I mean, I stand by that.
Well,
I stand by that. He really did suck, and he needed to listen to me about him sucking, because he did.
Because look what happened.
I made him better. I'm taking credit for that. I am the reason that Roman Reigns is kicking ass today, because finally they took my advice, turned the motherfucker heel. Finally, the Samoan has come back to reality. She said she was surprised how much she gets buried on Twitter in the dirt sheets and feels she resonates with the live crowd much more than the internet. Jericho said the live audience is reflective of 90% of the overall audience, while the real hardcore fans are about 10%. And now, I guess last week, Jericho was pissing, or maybe earlier this week, he was pissing and moaning about the people that are still bitching about that awful bump that he took onto the crash pads off of the cage.
Dude, he's the first one that would be that would do that to somebody else.
It's the funniest.
He lives for that shit.
I know he does. It's so fun, and he's still like lashing out at Cornette, and Cornette's like, "I'm not the only one who was saying it, dude. Like everyone was saying that looked like shit." And he goes,
"Everybody,
it's still dangerous. It's bad. People who fuck with that stuff, they can get their ass fucked." And Cornette goes, "What does that mean? What is that even? What are you talking about right now?"
And that's part of it too, right there. That's kind of what we're talking about too. Just
exactly
nitpicking stuff and bitching about it. But
if you're sensitive about, if you're sensitive about that, that is acknowledging that it's a problem.
Oh, big time.
It's the old Southern thing. If he's hollering, he's hit. That's the deal. It's a valid criticism. Somebody called you out on it. It looked like shit. It was a terrible bump. I don't care if you think it was all this dangerous and shit. And good on you for selling the whole thing with with the arm for all whatever. But it was a shitty bump. It looked like there are just certain things. There are certain big spots that have happened in All Elite Wrestling that have been dog shit. The exploding ring is a great example of that. It was a terrible thing. Now, did Eddie Kingston and John Moxley turn that into gold? Absolutely. And then, for no reason at all, I'm seeing Eddie Kingston team with Penta El Zero Miedo in the opening match on Dynamite for no reason, just so the Young Bucks can come out and look like complete douchebags. And it was a good match, and it was fine. And the Bucks end up doing the JOB. This is the new theory, is that the Bucks know that there's going to be bullshit that's awful on the show, so they want their shit out there first. Like they almost always lead off the matches on Dynamite, so they can get their shit out there. They can look great and won't have to have some of the perfume.
They don't have to come out and clean up some shit. Yeah,
they don't have to go. They don't have to perfume the turds that are going to be happening and raging later on in AEW Dynamite. Like again, the tremendous Andrade promo.
I'm glad I recorded that.
It was so good. Let me tell you something, Matt. Somebody came out and interrupt me. What am I watching? What is happening here? Did I get into like like public access TV or something? What is this?
Something like you'd see on Irish Potato Road. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, that redneck Southern wrestling.
That's that Southern wrestling bullshit.
In the Hour Plus podcast, Perry also talked about the rise of the Rusev-Lana team and why it got split up. His release getting put through a table for 9 straight weeks, and the heat she got for her engagement picture to Rusev and Miro getting social media even when she didn't post it. So there you go. That's the review of the thing that I was telling you about that you don't need to listen to, and now you've already got it. It's just that the exit interviews are not getting that good because, first of all, there's 157 exits per week. There's just like a bunch of them. I'm sorry. It's happening.
Yeah, it's nothing, short of somebody like Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins.
Right.
Somebody like that. Anybody else is just like, okay.
Like,
all right. Sorry you got let go, bro, but
Tony Nese is a very impressive guy. Do I need an exit interview on the Chris Jericho podcast about how Tony Nese's experience was and how he got fucked over by WWE? I don't think I need that. I doubt that that's something that I would need, right?
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
Ooh, Omega versus Callahan Slammiversary contract signing is set for Impact. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you that Impact partnership with AEW, that thing is just like
striking gold.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They hit an oil well, Jed.
No, I don't think
that oil.
Was there any, or was there a little Don Callis on my television on AEW Dynamite? I can't remember.
There was a little.
A teensy bit.
Yeah, during the whole Kenny Omega, was it Adam? Who was it? It was out there in his face.
Kenny Omega comes out, and then didn't a Dark Order come out or something?
Was it? I thought it was Paige. Was it Paige that got in his shit?
I can't remember. Face? I know the entire Dark Order came out and they said there's nobody that can challenge you or something. Was that him or what was that?
Yeah, that was like backstage when they did all that, but I can't remember if he actually went out there and faced him down, or I'm thinking it was somebody else that it was in the ring with. But that was the only time I saw Callis was like that little promo thing in the ring with whoever it was. I can't think who it is with Omega.
Little Don Callis works perfectly fine.
Yeah, little goes a long way. He's like, I don't know what do you call it. He's like concentrated.
Oh yeah, like brittle cream.
Yes.
If I may use a dated reference,
little dab will do you, bro.
Let's remind ourselves of what happened on Dynamite. AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. What did you think of those outfits?
Shivani said they look like porn stars.
They did look porn stars. That's funny. I would apologize to porn stars for that remark.
Yeah, I know it was a little bit of some shade there.
Isn't this another example of the vice presidents in All Elite Wrestling just doing shit to pop themselves? Isn't that what this is?
Well, we pretty much thought about that with them for a while now.
Yeah, that's
those two guys more than anything.
If it affects the audience and they like it, whatever. We don't care. Eddie Kingston and Penta El Zero Miedo defeated the Young Bucks 15-46 in an eliminator match. There was a lot of interference. And how did now Kazarian comes out as some sort of hero in all this? And that's the other thing is, help me with that.
I'm not sure. I saw like they said that's Kazarian. That's Frankie Kazarian, and next thing you know, he's gone. I didn't really see him.
Is it nuts? He was out there for a good bit, but is it nuts for me to wonder, like, is in classic Bobby Heenan, which side is he on? I don't know that he's necessarily going to be a good guy, do I?
I don't know, dude. I don't know how half those people are good guys or bad guys.
Exactly, but he was, and then they spray the shit, and then I don't know.
I don't know.
It was shaking.
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't know.
Ethan Page was in the ring with Schiavone, who asked him why he wanted a casket match. Oh yeah, that was dumb. TH2's
that was growing on me a little bit. The Ethan Page thing's growing on me a little bit.
All right. TH2's
the audience reaction to him, I guess I should clarify that. How they just won't let him talk and shit. It's kind of becoming a thing.
He does come over with the audience. I'll give you that. TH2's music hit. Jack Evans made his entrance for the next match. We got a promo picture-in-picture from Matt Hardy. It is I think they're calling it the Hardy Family Organization, HFO, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't even know. Something like that. Yeah.
HFO. Jungle Boy then made his entrance with Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt. Jack Evans against Jungle Boy is all right. Jungle Boy defeats Jack Evans 6 minutes and 3 seconds. After the match, a gang war broke out. Christian got a hold of Matt Hardy and landed an inverted DDT, then choked him with his own suit coat. Jack Evans distracted Christian so Hardy could escape. A pre-tape aired where MJF spoke about beating Jericho at his own game. He's better than him in the ring, on the microphone, and he outsmarted him when he formed the Pinnacle. MJF said Jericho has responded by attacking him during interviews after matches and questioned how he was willing to stoop to avoid the inevitable, and MJF is just better than him. He offered Jericho another match down the road, but only if he meets his stipulations. He said he would reveal his stipulations after he beats Jericho's loser buddy, Sammy Guevara. Okay. Backstage, Andrade spoke about being interrupted by Matt Sydal last week. He addressed him as Matt something, and he said he interrupted his big announcement last week. Oh, that's funny. Hour 2, Pillman makes his entrance with Griff Garrison and Julia Hart. Miro followed with some new music for his Redeemer gimmick. The announcers spoke to Miro's Messiah complex and spoke about him being undefeated in singles competition. Miro against Brian Pillman Jr. for the TNT Championship. 7 minutes, 37 seconds. Miro defeats BPJ to retain that TNT Championship. Miro is a beast, according to ProWrestling.net.
I don't know. I'm not sure I agreed with that match, but yeah, I'm just a Brian Pillman Jr. fan, so I hate seeing it. I just don't think it did much good. I don't think it made him look very good.
Hey, at this moment, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause and I gotta go do something real quick, and I'll be right back, and I'm gonna edit right here. Okay.
Okay.
Boyfriend.
And we're back.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job with Jungle Boy right now. He seems to be hotter than he's been in a while. So I think that they'll build this the right way. Do you see him grabbing the ass of that chick on the social media?
Wouldn't you? You know who it is. You know who it is, right?
Who is it?
That's your girl, Anna Jay.
That's Anna Jay. Oh,
yes.
Oh, God bless him. That's an OnlyFans I would watch. I would pay like $10 a month for that.
Yeah, I know.
That's really Anna. That was really Anna Jay.
Yes.
Well, God bless both of them. That's fantastic.
Yeah, they've supposedly been a thing for a minute now. I didn't know that.
Good for both of them.
Yeah, both of them's pretty happy, I'm sure.
Nyla
Jay's
Rose
telling her friends that, hey, we used to watch his dad on Beverly Hills 90210. Remember?
I don't think so. Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero versus Britt Baker and Rebel. Britt Baker and Rebel defeating Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose at 7:34. There's an argument to be made that other than Omega, Britt Baker may be the most protected performer in this company at this point.
Maybe.
Other than Kenneth Omega, she may be the most protected one, and she's done very well with it. I can't really say anything about it. After the match, Nyla landed a beast bomb on Baker, and then a second one through a table at ringside. The announce team ran down next week's card, including Andrade against Matt Somebody and a 6-man inner circle, and Pinnacle, Sans, Jericho, and MJF. Backstage, Hager and Proud and Powerful delivered a pre-taped match. Hager said they would take an ass whipping next week, and said Wardlow nearly earned his respect until what they had done to Jericho and Malenko. Is Dean Malenko okay? Have we heard any reports that he's okay?
I don't think they've released any statement yet.
Then he hadn't done the stretcher job or anything, huh?
No, not that I've seen. Unless we missed it on Dark.
He comes out. He's got the full body cast on. He's got the whiplash shit and everything. Footage was shown of the Blade attacking Orange Cassidy with brass knuckles last week. Next week, Statlander and Orange Cassidy will take on Bunny and the Blade. By the way, Bunny and the Blade, coldest act in AEW right now?
Gotta be, man.
Cold. Gotta be down ice there. Fucking cold. Ice.
Cold as motherfucker. Cold as...
The coldest shit in AEW is Butcher, Blade, Bunny, whatever. I'm going to say Colt Cabana as a singles performer. Cold.
That some bitch is always going to be cold for me. I don't care.
Ice cold.
Just ice cold.
The Dark Order in general seems cold. I'm trying to think of anybody else who seems fairly cold. It's those three to me are like the things that are just
stand out. Yeah.
Obviously, these are people that are just not getting over, and they're not trying to do anything with them. 25 minutes remaining in the show. It's Sammy Guevara versus MJF. And this one goes 20 minutes and 19 seconds. MJF defeats Sammy Guevara. After the match, Wardlow held up MJF. Jericho sold his elbow injury at ringside. Then the Pinnacle celebrated. There are 3 minutes left in the show. The announce team introduced a recap of the pandemic period at Daly's Place. Now, you thought this package was really good.
I did. I thought it was really good. I didn't expect him to do something like that, but I thought it was a nice little touch.
And then, because all of the blood was going to his penis instead of his head due to Blue Chew, JR did call it WWE Dynamite.
And it was all over Twitter before you could get the thought through your head that, damn, he just said WWE Dynamite. And you look on Twitter, it's like, floom. Everybody's just cutting on him, man.
And they should. They should destroy him for that. I mean, I'm sorry. He's walking through life. He's collecting a paycheck at this point. It's all he's doing. By God, we've enjoyed Jacksonville. They're going to call it. And you heard Jericho's great line. They're going to call it Jimsonville. Ha, ha. Ha, 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 ha. Jimson, because his name's Jim.
Yeah. I really want to like Jericho more than I do, but I can't.
I do know on the Orange Show they did have the Tennessee Stud, Ron Fuller, on to talk about Orange days in Pensacola, and it's pretty good. He's got some good stuff to say, and there's just it's nice to hear a guy that worked for another guy have that kind of relationship. He puts Arn over like crazy. Arn puts him over like crazy. When he came in to hand in his notice to Ron Fuller when he was down in Pensacola, Ron was like, well, I hate to lose you, but obviously, man, this is your time. You're going to be a star. You're going to go to Charlotte, and you're going to be a big deal. So, yeah, absolutely, you should go. And then Arn asked him, he goes, can I come back? He goes, yeah, you can come back. So, I loved all of that because you hear so much shady shit about promoters. And he said, Arn said they always withheld your last check until you're out of the territory, to make sure that you did business the right way.
Right.
And then a lot of times the promoters would go ahead and fuck you and just not even send you the last check. But he said, Ron Fuller, last day after he does the job, here's your money. You're done. You can come back anytime you want.
That's the way you do it, man.
But, man, that's because you want to make the guy happy. I mean, he's a great performer, and if things don't work out in Charlotte, you come back here, you make money with him. Plus, word gets around if you start fucking the boys out of the money, then they might not want to work for you.
No shit. Exactly. So, well, let's make a pact. Are you? I guess WrestleCade for you is probably a wait and see kind of thing this year.
Basically. Let me see. It's that weekend after Thanksgiving, obviously. I'm going to try to make it happen.
I was going to say, if we do end up going, we need to make a pact to go talk to Arn Anderson because
it's going to cost us like $100.
Is it really that much?
I don't know. It's been a lot in the past, that's for sure.
Fuck. Well, okay. Well, fuck that pact.
Let's make a tweet. We're going to tweet Arn Anderson.
All right, let's do that. I'll tag you in a tweet. Let's do that or something. No, but yeah, because I just think there's things that the more I think about it, that we need to talk to him about just
in general.
In general, just like the Eric Embry thing. We just need to talk to him about the stuff that I want to know, and
I really want.
Or at least I'd like to ask about.
I want to get his side of like Ric Flair being pissed at him because he didn't call him after Reed died. I want to get Arn's side of that. Arn and
I've never heard anything like a rebuttal from him on that.
Yeah. I think it would be. I think I just feel like there's more to the story than just those guys didn't call me or didn't text me or anything. I just feel like there's like it seems a little more complicated than that to me.
It has to be, man. It just doesn't sound like the Arn that I've been hearing other people talk about, and you know what I'm saying. It just doesn't match somehow.
Exactly.
But yeah. So yeah, I think we need to put him on the list. First of all, seriously, we do need to make sure it's not $100 because I don't really want to talk to him that bad. But
no, I don't. There's nobody. I'm hoping they're going to book Aubrey. I hope they bring Aubrey in to do some autographs and stuff at WrestleCade. I'm still holding out hope on that.
I saw Tommy Young's coming to some. No, that was to Charlotte. Never mind. I was looking at the Charlotte thing, the homecoming thing that they're doing.
Oh yeah, that one's going to be a big deal as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look as hype as WrestleCade though. I don't think
people are really
looking. WrestleCade still has it beat.
I think people are still really looking forward to WrestleCade, particularly after being cooped up.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
They're ready to go.
Hey, I guess you did see that Dale Wilkes passed away, right?
Yeah, and the story that I was telling everybody about Dale Wilkes, about the Patriot, was when he was talking to the story. I think maybe it was on Austin's podcast or somebody's podcast. And he's running like a bat out of hell, and his wife's taking him to the airport, and he's trying to shoot up steroids. Do you remember this story?
Yes.
He's shooting up steroids. And either she shoots him in the ass or he hits him in the ass, and they strike a vein. And just blood everywhere. It's just fucking, it's like, CSI or whatever.
It's like murder scene in there.
It is. It's like Carrie. We may go back to that. There's blood everywhere. She's on the side of the road. She has to pull over. She's crying, and he's like, honey, I don't see what the problem is.
Get some paper towels. They'll be all right. Man,
I don't know why you're crying. Why are you upset?
Chill out.
Well, what's wrong?
Something I didn't. You may have known this, but I certainly didn't know it. That he was only one of 4 consensus All-Americans to come out of football. Talking about to come out of the University of South Carolina. With like the other 3 being George Rogers,
yeah,
Jadeveon Clowney,
okay,
and Ingram. What's his name?
James Ingram. Just once.
That's it. No, it was like the year before Jadeveon Downey. It was like 2011. But
right,
that's pretty good company, man.
Doesn't suck.
Dale Wilkes and those 3 guys.
Since George Rogers did win the Heisman Trophy.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Jadeveon Clowney turned out to be half as good as we thought he was going to be. Basically, the Jadeveon Clowney story is that he's built an NFL career and got a contract off of one play. Hell of a play. I'll grant you all of that, but it was, it was basically, it was a beast of a play.
Jamarcus Russell got a nice contract because he could throw a ball from one end of the field to the other.
Well, I would just
didn't say he was accurate, but he could throw the fuck out of it.
I mean, Jamarcus Russell did have a signature victory in the National Football League, and it was against the Broncos in Denver. So I just want to say that for the record.
All right. Chalk one up.
Any other closing thoughts on another award-winning episode of Katie Vick is Alive?
I don't think so. I think we're leaving something out, but maybe not.
No, I hope not.
I don't think so. Tell us we did.
Yeah, please tweet us at Katie Vick Alive. That's where you get us on Twitter. You can get Bryant on Twitter and Instagram at Bryant Sports. He's on TikTok, Stanley Jackson 23. I'm on the Instagram at BW4Reels, BDUB number 4, REELZ. On Twitter, it's at Britt Whitmire. If you want to support what we do, you can shop at our Amazon store, which is katievick.com. It does not cost you any extra for the stuff that you're buying, but it does help us out, and that's katievick.com. Till next time, fans, we'll see you ringside.